there's more to lose at work, right? If you act out the way you really are, your true self, right? At work, the way you are at home. At work, you can't do that because what if I get fired, or what if I create conflict with my boss or my coworkers? Hello friends, Angel here, just taking another chance to speak to you about just some things that I'm learning, some things that I'm sharing some stories with you about life in general. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click like to this video, share it with someone if it helps you, or someone you might think it might help them. It's interesting because in life, sometimes we feel like we're two different people, like at work and then someone else at home. And I can relate to that. You feel more comfortable at home. You can feel like maybe at home the person that you're with, like the way you relate to your spouse or to your partner or to your children, they're there and they're not gonna go anywhere. It's easy to think that that they're more tolerant of who you are. Like there's more to lose at work, right? If you act out the way you really are, your true self, right? At work, the way you are at home. At work, you can't do that because what if I get fired, or what if I create conflict with my boss or my coworkers? It's really easy to go there and to see that distinction, but the truth is there's really no line, because who's the common denominator? You're the person that shows up at home, you're the person that shows up at work. It's you. Now there's this story. I don't know if any of you saw The Shack movie. The Shack. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it. And if you did read the book and you've been kind of like not wanting to see the movie. It was awesome. So there was a scene in the movie where they're kind of taking out the weeds in the garden, and they run into this weed that is poisonous by itself. That all by itself, this particular weed is hurtful to you. But when you combine it with another plant and you mix them, it can be very healing. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about qualities in your personality. Maybe at home, you're a little harsh and a little less tolerant and a little less patient and maybe bitchy, right? And at work, maybe you're just way too nice. And maybe you wanting to step up. Maybe you're having some difficulties and challenges at work speaking up or being vocal. Well, maybe because you're afraid to be the way you are at home at work. And so you're too nice, maybe you let things go, maybe you're too passive. But what if you combine those two? What if you take a little bit of that bitchiness, that grumpiness, the harshness, and you mix it in with a little bit of the niceness, and you shake it up? What do you get? Maybe you'll get a more direct, assertive, caring, and vocal person. In both scenarios. Maybe you tone it down a little bit at home, maybe you bring it up a little bit at work, especially if you're being asked to lead at work. And the truth is, leadership has nothing to do with titles. It starts with how do you lead yourself? Are you leading at home? How are you leading at work? And those same qualities are yours, whether you do it at home or you do it at work. So think about that. How are you leading at home? How are you showing up at home? How are you showing up at work? Could there be can you create a concoction of those two personas, so you can create a more balanced, integrated individual? Hope that helps you. If it does, again, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this one. Take care.